Ladies and gentlemen, hello, and welcome to a very special episode of Sherm in the Booth. My name is Sherm. You guys are some true Chicagoans for coming out in January. It's snowing outside, it's freezing, and you're at the fucking club at 1 a.m.
Boys with the bass, yeah, boys, bass.
Who am I talking to right now? You're famous.
Free food, free drinks, music, girls. Let's go.
Do you like it? Cool. You don't? Goodbye.
I'm missing the most important part.
Boys with the bass, yeah.
We should throw like a crazy bar mitzvah party.
This is crazy. Send me stems. I finished it.
What's up, guys? How's everyone doing?
Just wait. You know it kicks in like 3 to 5 seconds afterward.
Yo, what's good, everyone, and welcome back to another brand new episode of Sherm in the Booth. I'm, of course, your host, Sherm, and I am so pumped to share part 2 of episode 214 with you all today. We are getting so much love for part 1 with Jen White, and I know you're going to enjoy this portion just as much. Part 2 features the Dearborn General Manager, Greg Samuels, a true Chicagoan with over 20 years of restaurant and hospitality experience. One of the main reasons Jen and I had such an instant connection is because we both found out that we love the Dearborn, but we also love Greg. Almost every single time I've been in the Dearborn, Greg stopped by to my table and checks in. But it's so much more than the average general manager check-in. He becomes a part of the Dearborn experience and goes above and beyond to make sure we've got everything we need and then some. Although I've gotten to know Greg over the years as a regular at the Dearborn, sitting down and talking with him and actually getting to know him with Jen was really special. This is a man who genuinely loves his job, his team, and his city. He's got a story to tell. Greg, you're such a legend, and thanks for having Jen and I. We had so much fun, and it was amazing chatting with you and learning all about what it takes to run a restaurant like the Dearborn. Also, I think our conversation about Chicago was one of the best portions I've ever had in an interview. The food, the people, the neighborhoods, the culture. You encompass what being a Chicagoan is all about. Now let's get into it right now so you guys can hear this wildly entertaining conversation with Jen and Greg. This is episode 214, part 2. Guys, I think I'm peaking right now. I'm interviewing Greg and Jen at the Dearborn. I think I made it as a podcaster.
Oh my god!
I have officially made it.
Oh, stop.
Oh my god!
I know.
Greg,
wait a
did
minute.
you read my heartfelt email?
This is Greg, by the way.
Wait. Oh, hey.
Greg, I tell all my followers to ask for you when they come in.
I
here.
love it. I wish they
Don't
would.
tell everybody.
No, people will be
No,
like,
no,
I'm
tell
going.
everybody.
They will be like,
Do
they'll be
tell
like, I'm
everybody.
going to a show. Like usually that, like if they're coming from like
Yeah.
out of town or whatever, and they're like, where should I eat? I'm like, there's no other option. I'm like, you go to the Dearborn. That's where you go. And then if Greg is there, you tell him, I fear you.
I love it.
Yeah.
I see people come in a lot and they ask, every time I see somebody's new, well, how'd you discover us? And more I'm hearing TikTok.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Do you remember when I
That's amazing.
first started? Like, I came in here, I was like, Greg, I'm like a TikToker now. I know I haven't seen you since like COVID.
Oh yeah, because she was telling me all about it. She came
Yeah.
in for lunch.
Yeah, because I worked in this high rise right here.
There's a whole lunch crowd.
oh, yeah.
Of lawyers and
Well, sure. You mean
businessmen.
Daily Center is across the street,
Yeah.
so you've got like all the judges and the lawyers that come over here.
Oh, yeah.
The big business.
So
firms
what
that
you're
come
saying
around
is
here.
you can set up a whole, like, you can find a man for me because...
Oh yeah,
all
a
of
judge.
that-
Is that what you're looking for, Jen?
Not a judge.
I know,
A lawyer I'd be okay with.
A lawyer, okay. Most of our lawyer crowd's a little older, but now that I'm thinking about it, there's one guy that
So I'm 41, so my
I'll
age
check
range
the-
is like...
28 to.
Don't get me wrong. 29-year-olds, there's something, they like me. But,
For
but
sure.
I don't think
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
going to be married.
No, okay.
29-year-olds, they like me.
They like me.
I don't know,
I don't know how
love
to. This is not on the podcast.
Yes, it is.
Oh yeah.
We can edit that out if you'd like.
I don't know about you guys, but for me, it's like if you don't like grow up watching the same cartoons, like
Yes.
you can't relate on that most fundamental level.
Or the songs. Songs are big for me.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. But the music thing, like
Like
I
90s songs. Like if you can't, like if you don't know like 90s, like then
Yeah.
I can't. For me, that's like my thing.
well, in
like,
brunch in here, I usually play like late 80s, late 90s, like R&B, like New Edition, Bobby Brown, that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
People are like,
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to ask about the music. Who decides on that?
Oh my
This
gosh.
is always on point.
It is always on somebody's point. We argue about the music in here all the time. Kisong has a selected music tonight. I think has a predilection towards like new wave. He also likes house music, but we don't do that really in here. And I like to say,
But
right.
that'd be
Wow,
Can you
fine.
imagine?
I'll see myself out then, Greg. Yeah.
I like to play,
oh, thank
like I
you.
was saying, I like to play the kind of '90s, early '90s R&B kind of stuff. Your Black Streets and your
Yes.
taking it. No, sir, I'm just watching. Thank you. But music is usually awesome. Stevie Nicks is kind of our spirit animal. So during lunch, you'll hear a lot of
Good spirit animal.
a lot of like '80s Fleetwood Mac, that kind of jam. So yeah, it's great. Usually it's great.
Not that you have themes like every night, but I mean, I guess you could.
No, we were toying with the idea of doing like more like a bluesy brunch or like a jazz brunch because we have live music on Sundays
Right.
from 12 to 2 anyway.
Yeah.
So that we could just sort of expand it out. But it turns out I open on Saturday and I like New Edition, so that's what we do.
Smile.
Greg is a real one, am I right?
That's what we do.
Yes.
Let's get a cheers to Greg,
Cheers.
for God's
Cheers.
sake. Yeah, my
You guys-
freaking man.
Just so you know, we met. This is only the second time we've met.
That's how good our energy
And the
is.
Dearborn came up, and
Of
The
course
randomly-
it did.
yes,
love
like
that.
within
I love that.
like so quickly. Like I don't know, what were we hanging out for? Like an hour or something?
Yeah, well, I think it was longer than that, actually.
Maybe.
Well, it was you that came up.
Yeah, you came up, and I was like, "Wait, do you know Greg?" He was like, "How do I not know Greg?" Like,
Oh, my
whatever.
God. Greg,
Oh,
I know,
my God.
I know you're a humble guy, man. but
Rumors
you,
of my celebrity are like wildly exaggerated at this table.
you just,
Here's the thing:
you are
found
a god to me.
Two super fans met each other.
Two super Greg fans.
We met each other, and then
Yeah, you can't take it.
Oh man. Well, you guys' energy is so good. That's why I'm glad we get to do this here in this place.
yes,
Yeah.
I'm sure the first part of your discussion has been lively and fun. I saw some high fives going on over here.
Oh, yeah, we've had a great time.
I mean, the coolest part is that we're also getting to know each other too. So
Yeah.
it's like
That's what I said.
it's like just like unknown, so it's fun.
This is literally just for fun, recording real people having real conversations. And that's why I said I love Jen's content, because it is so relatable. Like, there are a lot of people out there that are like Jen that want to know that there are other people out there like Jen, so to speak, And yeah, this has been a great time.
Oh my god,
That's
I love
awesome.
this. This is so fun.
You out there in these streets making people feel seen
Out there in these streets.
and like making
I'm
them
in
feel
West
known.
Loop.
Yeah, out there in these streets.
I'm gonna like West Loop.
Yeah,
I go to
I'm a
Scottsdale,
block away.
like-
Yeah.
Right.
No.
I get it. When I
Listen,
talk
Greg,
about,
you're
like,
way more Chicago than us, okay? Well, Jen is Chicago City,
Yeah,
Yes.
not Naperville. Remember that.
not Naperville.
Yeah.
But now, who was born here?
I've always had a 606. I was
Yeah.
always.
I love
But
that.
you were Hyde Park, though.
I grew up in Hyde Park,
Okay, yeah.
down by the U of C. But after I left, after I got out of high school and when college came back, then I sort of have lived kind of all over.
You
all
went to
over town.
NYU, though?
I did.
I'm
did.
going to New York in October. I can't.
Are you really?
You ever
I
been?
haven't been. A million times. But the last time I went was like a few days before lockdown, and
Oh
so
my
it's my
God.
first trip back, and I am so
So
excited.
stoked.
One of my former coworkers at the company I used to work at when
Yeah.
I came here, she's like, I was like, I'm gonna fly in Thursday night, and like I'll be until Sunday. She's like, I can't take off work Friday. I'm like, oh no, I will be fine
I'll
in
be
New
just
York
fine on New
for
York.
a day by myself.
that. I love
You don't
that.
even have to go to dinner with me on Thursday. Like I'm gonna be just fine.
Yeah.
Like don't worry about it.
I love
New
it.
York, I love.
My wife had never been, and she wasn't my wife at the time. We were still dating, and I took her to New York in I think 2005, and it was the first time I'd actually been to New York since I had got out of school, and we land, and everybody's like got this weird glazed over look on their faces. They're like just out of it. You look on TV, people have the parkas. They're throwing the snow or the water, and it's turning into snow.
Oh.
And they're throwing eggs on the sidewalk, and because the eggs are warm and the sidewalk's so cold, it looks like they're actually cooking on the sidewalk. It's the coldest day in Manhattan in 111 years.
Oh my god.
Oh, love that.
And my wife just does not love the cold.
Oh, and so that was the worst day.
Honey, welcome to New York.
So yeah, that was not a great night.
No.
But it got better after that.
That's good. That's good.
It got better after that.
NYU though, Greg.
Yeah.
So you were living around Washington Square Park.
Yeah, I lived. My one dorm was on 3rd Avenue and 11th Street, right across the street from Webster Hall, I think maybe. I can't remember now.
Webster Hall, yeah.
And then I lived in a dorm on 5th Avenue and 10th Street, so right there.
How does a Chicago kid end up at NYU?
Well, you apply because you're in love with a girl who might be going there.
Oh my God.
Greg, let's
Greg.
get deep.
That's kind of an exaggeration.
But
I have a friend, and we're still friends today, and I love her desperately. Should I say her name?
say it.
I mean, she knows. Her name's Natalie. Anyway,
Love you, Natalie.
yes, love you, Natalie. And I loved her desperately. And I knew that I was going to either go to Loyola in New Orleans, because I was going to study trumpet there. But I didn't really want to do that because I knew that I wasn't as good as I thought I was. I don't know. I would have been discovered eventually
Okay.
Yeah.
as a fraud. Although I was pretty good. And then I had applied to NYU. I knew that Natalie had also applied to NYU.
Okay.
And
This is like a movie.
oh my God, my whole life. So I said to her, where are you going to go? Where are you going to go? And she's like, no, I'm not going to tell you because I don't want to impact your decision.
She did.
So I guessed.
This is so great.
And I was right. So we went to NYU together. We did not fall in love. It was not our story. But it was great to have someone that I knew that I loved and cared about with me in school. So it was cool.
That's really cool.
Well, New York is not Chicago.
No, it is not Chicago. And that's okay.
Yeah.
I didn't mind the 24-hour-ishness of it
Yeah.
once I got used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you come home for break and you still can't see because you're used to having the noise.
Yeah.
You know? So I was out of sorts for that whole experience.
Every time I visit New York, I'm glad to be home. It doesn't mean
Yeah.
I hate New York. I just am like, I got my
It's-
fix. Like,
Yeah.
Certain type of person.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my aunt and uncle lived on the Upper West Side of Manhattan for 40 years.
Wow.
And my aunt will literally die in that apartment. She's made that very clear.
That's dark.
And yeah, no, I know. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, you fucking take a chill pill? Like, do you love
Yeah,
it that much?
they're
It's like
diehards, yeah.
stubbornness, but
It's true. But I think that exists here too as well.
it absolutely
You know,
does.
I went to my orientation in New York, and we're all sitting around in a circle. I was there to study music business, and we're all in a circle. And there's a girl sitting next to me, and I'm in love with her. Most of my stories are about me in love with somebody, by the way.
Greg, I understand you now fully.
This makes
You got a big heart, like I
Yes.
do. Yeah.
I laid eyes on her, and I said, "That's it. I love it." And we go around, and we get to her, and she said, "Oh, I'm so and so. I'm from Chicago." And I'm like, "Oh, this is like laid out for me."
Yeah.
And I said, she's talked a little bit, and I said, "Oh, well, I'm Greg, and I'm also from Chicago." And she's like, "Oh my God!" So then we got to talking after the whole thing, and I said, "Where in Chicago are you from?" And she goes, "Oh, Deerfield."
You were talking about this earlier.
Park, yeah, it's not Chicago.
That is that. Mm-mm.
You should say Chicago.
Did you take offense, Greg?
Well, I got over it.
Got over it?
Greg, you're turning your super fans into more super fans.
Yeah, you are. Greg's a real one.
Come on, dude. Come on,
You're a
man.
real one.
I am a lot. I'll give you that.
Oh my God.
But okay, so you were at NYU. You were thinking about going into Loyola, New Orleans, for music.
Right.
What did you go to NYU for then?
Well, I studied music business at the start,
Okay.
and then
Education
I got
was a
some.
passion of yours, right?
Well, education in general.
Right.
I thought I was going to be a geometry teacher when I was a kid. Is that a weird ambition?
Yes.
When
very
you're when you're like
strange.
8.
You are
Yes.
one of 1 billion. Yeah.
Correct.
I
That
wanted
is
to be a
correct.
geometry
Yes.
teacher, and then I got into high school and I took geometry, and I discovered that was not going to
Wait,
It's
I
not gonna
thought I
work
wanted to
for
be a
anybody.
doctor.
Oh,
and then
well.
I took my first Bio 100 class in college. And
Yeah.
was like, oh no.
Never mind.
That's
This is not for
never
me.
happening.
Yeah, never mind.
That's just not
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my God. So yeah, I mean, I ended up switching my major to English education, which is also weird. But it was an easy path for me to get to an education thing, like sort of a track. Turns out I get to teach a little bit every day in here,
Yeah.
and I get to meet cool people every day in here. So I think I got the best of both worlds.
And you have the music on, right?
Yeah, and regrettably, I get paid more than most teachers, which is shameful.
Wow.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Shameful.
that is true.
Good eye contact with the camera. This guy's a natural.
I need to look at the camera more.
So you came back to Chicago, and you got involved in the restaurant industry, right?
Yeah, well, I was in a, I had a job set up randomly of all things, because who goes and does a job in their field anymore?
Right, you had the truth.
Right, I had a job lined up as an associate at Marshall Fields.
Okay.
That's how long ago this was, by the way.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
it was
that didn't
Marshall
close that
Fields.
long ago.
Marshall Fields.
So this is what, like 90?
This is like 95-ish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, or something like that. But I ended up getting into a car accident. And that opportunity kind of missed. I wasn't able to work for about 6 months.
Go ahead.
Hi.
Yes.
Right.
Baby kill pizza?
All right.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank
I
you.
can't let you guys get away with not ordering a pizza.
No.
I've never had a pizza here.
What? You haven't?
No, I know, you guys.
She's not a real
Oh,
order,
yeah.
Greg. Don't
Oh
out
my
her.
God,
Don't out her.
Because I love the burgers so much.
No,
The burger is
Thank
so
you.
good.
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
I would come in and get a burger and fries
Yeah.
or a salad.
No, there's
or
nothing wrong with
sometimes
that.
Courtney and I. Do you remember Courtney?
Yeah.
So she bought a place a block away from me, so
Oh
we're
my God.
neighbors. And she says hi.
I love it. Please,
Yes.
please give her my best.
I will. I
Where,
will.
where are you now?
West Loop.
Okay.
Like yeah, by the park, which
Nice.
he's moving a block away
Moving
from
a block
me.
away, Greg.
Oh yeah. You and the new wifey.
I know, right?
So crazy.
Actually, the people.
So crazy.
Terry, who you met,
Yeah.
one of her dogs' names is Maya.
Is
so
it?
if you meet a dog named Maya, you'll know that's
Oh,
Terry
it's
and
meant to
Blake.
be.
Yes, exactly. It is.
Yeah, I'm moving to Dog
I'm
Central.
so
aren't I?
excited
Yeah.
for you to meet
Good for you, man.
all of the cool people in that building.
I'm excited,
Yeah.
Greg. Life is good, man.
I love that.
Life
Life
is
is good. Life is so good.
Life is good.
It is.
Yeah, Greg.
I marvel in it every day. I thank God for like all the blessings I have in my life. My family, my wife, my friends, like this job,
Yeah.
my colleagues and associates and you guys, you know what I mean? Like everywhere you go, there's blessings.
Yeah.
You know.
So I want to hear more about Marshall Fields.
Oh, well, the whole story. So that one starts in high school. I did
I'm just
it
here
like,
to listen now.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
it's
I
like-
did theater productions when I was a kid.
Okay.
And when I was 15, I was a counselor at a theater camp over the summer. It's called Summer Theater Lab. It's run by the University of Chicago. I wonder if it's still on. Anyway, I'm there at orientation, and I look across the room and I see this girl, and I said,
I love how all of your stories are
immediately I
about a
was in love
girl.
with her. You're the player. Oh no, but the killer part is like none of these girls become my girlfriend. Right, like you guys got it twisted. Like this is not.
Greg's
You
like, I don't want to be
follow
a player
them.
no more. Yeah, he's not a
no.
player. He just hustles a lot, though.
Oh,
man.
So this young lady and I go back and forth for many, many years of me having a girlfriend and he's got another boyfriend and then they break up but I have a girlfriend and then we break up and like that's a story for that's a whole podcast. Which I will not tell because if she ever saw it, I'm sure she'd be mortified. I'm mortified already even talking about it. But anyway, I was out visiting her with a friend in Indiana where she lived and we got into a car accident. And so yeah, I broke my arm like badly. So I wasn't able to work for a few months. But when I was finally able to kind of like do some stuff, a friend of mine was working at this restaurant. It's called Cafe Florian. It's in Hyde Park on 57th Street. I don't think it's there anymore, but this was so long ago.
It's okay.
But I went and got a job there. I was like serving, and then I was like managing delivery, and then I was managing the restaurant at night.
Oh.
And then, but it was like small peanuts, you know, it was
Yeah.
like a mom and pop cafe. You know, we'd sit at the table in the center and read and smoke cigarettes and get up and go take tables, take orders. You
The
know?
90s, baby.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. But then I got my first real job, like real, like restaurant job, like corporate structure and all that. After working there for about a year and a half, so that was a big one. And I'm not gonna do the whole bio because it's
Yeah.
25 years long at this point.
But that was
It's on
like
the
your start.
DearbornTavern.com, though, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh yeah, please.
What's the joke you told me, Greg?
Oh, I think I was
You have
just
a longer
saying that
bio?
my bio is longer than everybody else's on the restaurant. Like,
'Cause
longer
you got
than
a
the owners
story.
and longer than the chef. Like, that's not right. I gotta edit that down. It's on my list. It's on my to-do list.
Greg, do you remember when Check Please was here?
I do remember that. That was crazy.
And I was telling Matt that was my internship at college.
Was it really? I did not know that.
Yeah, I worked for the production company
Oh man.
that produced the show, and they're not doing the show anymore in Chicago. They stopped it.
Oh no.
Yeah, I think
that's
they
too
stopped it like post-COVID. But yeah, that was super fun. It's so funny because I mean I was an intern on the show, but I was like the bartender in the background. I was like the fingers grabbing the food. Like they let me do a lot. They
Yeah.
let me go on shoots. Like it was really great.
That's great. That's super cool.
And then fast forward many years later, I'm talking about restaurants and doing reviews.
In places
On TikTok.
that are on TikTok.
Oh, exactly.
I know, full circle. It's nuts. That they came in to shoot. It was nighttime.
I remember.
But they were focused on brunch.
Oh.
So we had like
Oh, so you had the
a
video out?
real fun figuring of how we were going to make
Breakfast for
brunch
dinner type
happen
thing, yeah.
during dinner service. But Chef Aaron's amazing. He pulled it off, and it was great. And to this day, still, I have people saying like, "We saw you on Check Please. It took us a while to get here, but we made it." It's like
Dearborn
great.
is famous, honestly, like notorious, especially when he beat Bobby Flay with his
Yeah.
the fried fish, right? Yeah, what is it? It's let me read it out for everybody so I don't get it wrong.
I love it. Thank you.
And it's actually so good, I cannot even lie. I was here on Saturday.
Yep.
And the waiter told us.
When
he
are
goes,
you not here?
I just want to, pretty much every Saturday. I just want to let you guys know we have 5 cots left in the building. And everyone's like, okay, yeah, we'll think about it. And they look at the menu and they're like, yeah, we'll take all of those actually. Icelandic cod served with Dearborn fried rainbow slaw, charred lemon, remoulade, and malt vinegar. The one that beat Bobby Flay.
That's right.
Props to
So
Chef Aaron.
good on to Chef Aaron. When he comes back from New York after filming, he can't talk about it because
Yeah, right.
So the story is that his wife Kim went on there a year and a half before, and Bobby beat them.
Oh.
So Aaron went out there to get revenge, and he told them so. And
Wow.
yeah, so they're doing their thing in the second round, and Bobby calls up to Kim and says, "Hey, what did I beat you with?" And she says, "Apple fritters." She calls down, and Bobby goes, "How did I do that?" And Aaron and Kim are like, "That's what we said." So. Because there's a little bit of TV magic, I think, so quote me, I'm not sure. Anyway, he comes back from New York. He's not allowed to talk. And I said, I'm going to get you. And he says, no. So for weeks, I'm like, did you win? Did you win? Did you win? Did you win? And he's like, bro, I can't talk about it.
Because he's
Did
like
you
your
win?
friend.
Did
He's
you
a
win?
good
Oh,
friend.
he's a good friend.
Yeah.
So I
For the
let it.
record, I would do the same thing.
Oh, right,
every
yeah.
day.
But here's what I did. I waited till one day when we were in the office together. He's on the one computer over here. I'm on the computer on the opposite wall, facing the opposite direction. And while I'm faced away from him, I said, "Yeah, man, did it feel really good to get vindication for Kim or whatever?" And he's just clicking away. He's like,
Oh my
"Oh
God.
yeah, it was." That's right. That's right. Told you I'd get you. Told you. Oh, thank you, Chris. I'm sorry.
We're hearing about how he beat Bobby Flay.
Yeah. What's that?
How Chef Aaron beat Bobby Flay.
Oh yeah, with the fish and chips here. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, they're so good here. And my partner and I, we consider ourselves fish and chips people. And I came here and so many dishes here, I was like, oh, how good can this be? And I tried. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Fish
Yeah.
chips, awesome. The poutine, awesome. Scotch egg, awesome. All they said is oh.
While
really
Chris,
great.
while Chris is here, I'd tell a story about Chris. So,
Which one?
Yeah, right. So Chris and I used to work together at a restaurant in the Loop. This is 10, 12 years ago.
What restaurant?
Right?
I would say like 7 to 10. I think in that range.
What restaurant
I would
was
say,
it?
Yeah,
It was,
before
Tesori-
maybe 8 to 11.
Maybe something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Uh-huh.
It's called Tesori. It's in the Symphony Center.
So stories, yeah.
And this guy is amazing, obviously, but whatever. So every time I've gotten a job, like in a GM role or a management role in a new place, I call Chris. And I'm like, Chris, what are you doing?
Hey, what are you
Come
looking
on.
for, man? He's like, hey, where's your stuff? What are you doing?
You know, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm good where I'm at. I'm good. Finally, like 4 or 5 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago maybe at this point,
Yeah, like-
I get a text from Chris. He's like, hey, are you looking for servers? I'm like, I jumped out of my chair. I was like, wait, who?
And I felt that in the text.
Right.
He texted back within like a minute. I was
Yeah.
like, whoa. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
oh,
immediately, like, where?
He's like, when do you want to start?
Yeah, I was like, you start tomorrow.
I was like,
That's
hey, I was
amazing.
like, whoa, are you serious, dude? I was
Yeah.
like, I'll start tomorrow. He's like, awesome. And then he called me a second after that. I was just like,
You look damn good in Dearborn attire, too. I gotta tell you, yeah.
I was like, they
Yeah, there
provided
you
it
go.
all for
Is that a
me.
clip-on? Be
But-
honest with me.
Oh, it is. Is it considered a clip-on if it's a wrapper? I mean, it's not a real one. It does what you're asking. I have no idea how to tie those ones, but yeah, that's good.
You don't
man.
need to. You're
I
good.
love
Thanks,
it.
How
Chris.
you all feeling right now? Does anyone need
We're
a drink?
great.
I'm
Need
okay.
anything right now?
No, thank you so much.
Love it.
Wonderful.
Love you, Chris.
Love you, Chris.
Love that man.
And Aaron, it's so funny you said that because Aaron brought you here.
Yeah. So they he worked with me at another restaurant called Kinmont that was in River North, and in 2015. And then he left at the end of 2015 to develop this place and open it up. So they opened in June 2016. But I was still at Kinmont because I wasn't finished yet. But by like November, December, I was kind of like ready for a new challenge. So you do what you do, right? You text around. Who's,
Yeah.
anybody looking for anybody? And he's like, I will call you right back. And we talked a little bit, and then he texts me. It's like, the sisters, Amy and Clodagh.
The Lawless sisters,
Yes,
right?
the
Yeah.
Lawless sisters. They want to make you an offer. And I'm like, I've not had an interview.
They want to make
And
you
I
an
met
offer.
them once,
Yeah,
like a year and a half ago. They'd come for dinner at Kinmont. I didn't know they were scoping him out.
Right.
So, he's
Oh,
like,
so they.
right, they
oh.
went and they got him. And so I was like, I've only met them once, like a year and a half ago when they came in. And he's like, yeah, well, you made an impression. So,
So good on
so
camera.
I had an interview finally because immediately they had to walk that back because it was like, whoa, wait a minute. And I had my first interview with Amy, and God love her, she's fantastic. And I said, I'm going to be there half an hour before she is, and there's no way I'm going to be late. Not that I have a problem with lateness, just,
Of course.
be there on time. So I get there, and I see her when she comes in, and I stand up to shake her hand and say hi and thanks for coming to meet me. And she walks right through it to give me a hug, and I said, that's who I want to work for.
Yeah.
That's who I want to work with. Man, I told you a story about my second interview.
Yeah.
I was sitting at the booth right behind us here, and the whole time we're talking, I feel like I've been doing it as I'm sitting here too, as I'm looking out the window. And finally, after like half an hour, Clodagh says to me, what are you looking at? And I said, Clodagh, I work here. I get married in that building right there.
Stop it.
I
Oh
have
my
my
God.
reception at Federino's right there. Every day I come here, I'm reminded of the very best day of my life. I work here.
I'm getting emotional, actually. I hear that for the second time now.
Oh my God.
And she was like,
You're such a romantic. I love
oh my
He is.
God.
it. Yeah.
I don't know if my wife would agree with that.
But this feels like more than
Yeah.
a job, obviously.
Every job I've had, every job that I've walked away from, or fired from, or
Yeah.
whatever, everything I've learned in 25 years of doing this is so that I can do it here.
Oh my God,
With these
Greg.
women.
That is incredible.
It's the absolute truth.
That is.
And I've said it from the very day I got here, because of the energy and spirit they have for hospitality and for taking care of their people.
That's,
And
I
I'll
was
do it as
telling-
long as they let me.
Yeah, it's so obvious. Everyone's just like happy. And like, I go to a lot of restaurants.
Yeah.
Like, even more than I ever did. I mean, just with, the creator stuff. And It stands out.
All times of the
It
day.
stands out.
It's funny to me because I don't get to go out a lot because I'm busy
Right.
meeting people who are going out.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Right.
when I hear a lot of people tell me when they come in, everybody's so happy.
Mm-hmm.
When they come, when like the staff walking around is everybody's in a good mood and blah blah. And I'm like, isn't that how it is everywhere?
No. Not even close.
Right. That's too bad.
That's honestly one of the main reasons that I've always enjoyed coming here. I feel like, food to the side, there's good food everywhere, right?
Yeah.
There's not good people everywhere, collectively. I've eaten at the bar, I've eaten in the back, I've eaten over here, I've eaten at the front. I've just come in for many different reasons, different times of the day. And I'm always greeted with a pure, genuine welcome. I mean, unfortunately, I'm that asshole that always changes the reservation last minute.
Oh, can we swear?
Because one friend didn't
Yeah.
tell me
I
that
can
he's
hold it
bringing.
back. God
Yeah.
damn it.
And I'm like, thank God it's at Dearborn because at least they're nice there.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's like really a true test of character for you and the Lawless sisters
Yeah.
and Aaron. It's like, I mean, I don't want to assume, but it is a family here,
That's fair.
and that's like that's an Irish thing, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's definitely one of the, I think, the foundational pillars of Irish hospitality.
Yeah.
It's like making everyone feel like they've come into your home.
Yeah.
And people say that all the time, but apparently not everybody needs it.
No,
Apparently
but
not
I also
everybody
think it's been, I mean, I don't know, just what I've seen like post like COVID
Yeah.
is the whole industry is being turned upside down.
Wrong people working in the wrong places.
Exactly.
Well, I'll be truthful with you. You know, when we came out of quarantine, I was blown away by how many people, without a vaccine, without knowing the real truth of what's going on, came back here and risked their lives to serve people.
That's amazing.
And this speaks to what's in a person's heart beyond like the money. you
Yeah.
know? It's something that's got to be in your heart that makes you genuinely want to serve people.
Yeah.
You know, and like you said, like there's good food in a lot of places. The food here is great.
Of course.
It's my hope that in 6 months you remember everything you ate. But it's my goal that you remember how you were made to feel when you were here.
Wow.
That's the goal.
That is.
And everything after that is great.
Because that's actually what I feel like sticks around with people. Is
Yes.
that feeling that you have.
It's why we connected over.
Yes.
Like, there's no other like. I
She was
can't
like,
think
"Oh,
of,
you know
like-
Greg?" I was like, "You know Greg?"
Yeah.
You don't know Greg like I know Greg.
And I'm like, okay, well, it sounds like you go there more often. But I used to go there a lot. Like, we're like competing with like how well we know you, and
I
I'm
love
like,
that.
you win.
I love that.
But
I am
no,
embarrassed.
that was like
Embarrassed.
no, but like what Matt was saying, like it makes a huge difference. Like especially back when I was working right here. It was pre-COVID and all that. So like there were a million places to go to lunch.
That's true.
That's true.
I mean, Pecorino's is great. It's Pecorino's, but we had to walk by there to come here, and this was our place. And this is where we came. Yeah, and like, and I think you knew Courtney first. Then she,
Yeah.
oh, you got to meet. Oh, because I started at the job, and like her and I were friends like instantly. She's like, we got to go see Greg, and I'm like, who's Greg? She's like, we go to the
You
Dearborn.
just got them.
She's like, I order wine, and I'm like, you order wine at lunch? Like, well, okay, cool. I was like, I'm not going to risk that because
Yeah,
of
not
the
working there
windows.
anymore, yeah.
She doesn't
Yeah.
work there anymore. But I was like, I'm not going to risk that because there's like windows. But yeah, and we just like it was every time. And Brendan, I don't know if you remember him. He used to come in with us, like tall younger kid. We would drag him along once in a while. Like he would be like Brendan.
Maybe he gave that energy off because I don't remember.
So nice. Like he's
Yeah.
like a very mature, like 20 something.
Oh, I love
But we
It's
would
the
always
people.
like drag him. It was like me and Courtney. Courtney's like a former like news, not anchor, but like reporter, she's a journalist, former, and so she talks a ton.
Yeah.
Obviously, I talk a ton. Brendan is like a very quiet person, and like the three of us, it was fun. We would drag him in.
Those are the days.
Yeah.
I feel
That
like
was fun.
I've always respected the hospitality and the service industry so much because, in my eyes, and my wife actually gets mad at me for this sometimes, I talk to the servers a lot because to me they're a part of the experience. They really
Oh,
are. And like a
100%.
good server, honest to God, would rather have A+ service and C food rather than the opposite.
Yeah,
And-
yeah, because the other effects.
And if you can get both at a place like this,
yeah,
and
Gunning for.
it says a lot about the manager, Greg. And yeah, I know you're a humble guy, and shout out to Wallace with you and Chef Aaron. Like
Yeah.
you guys have clearly, and this restaurant, what, 6 years old now?
Yep, 6 years and a couple months.
Just getting started, if you
Yeah.
ask me, in the grand scheme of things, right?
I can't speak about it intelligently because I wasn't here for it. So I have a lot to be thankful for, to my predecessor who was here. Getting this thing off the ground and getting people hired and trained and whatnot. I mean, it's tough. To be honest with you, I think that when you hire a person to come in here and be a server or whatever, it's like if you step servers are not different anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like either you know them or you don't.
Yeah.
So it's just attracting those people. And when I got here, we had some who got it and some who didn't.
Sure.
And we work with them until it's
yeah,
not workable anymore, and then you make changes, and it's better for them all the time because they're when you're overmatched. For the first 8 months I was here, I was overmatched.
Yeah.
But I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it. Figured it out.
You do. And this place is truly special. I mean, it's rotating menu.
Yeah.
You have a lot of competition around here because there's a lot of incredible theater, right?
Indeed.
What do you guys do on the back end that you're able to share, that you're always trying to evolve and stay relevant and be competitive? Because it's a competitive industry, right?
It is a competitive industry, but the truth of the matter is that what we have to do is focus on being good. We're downtown in the theater district,
Right.
and when Aaron left Kinmont to come here, I said to him, Aaron, your job is to be good, even though you don't have to be. Because people are going to shows.
we
right.
were just talking about that.
People are going to shows. They're going to clickety-clickety-click, and they're going to find you.
Right.
Right? You don't have to be good, because they're going to come.
Right.
But the trick is to be good anyway. And that will generate momentum.
Mm-hmm.
And it took a while. When I got here, we were busy all the time except dinner time, because we were the theater place. But it took time and for us to build a reputation of great service and great food.
Yeah.
In no particular order. Chef. And after that time, we have it now. We have it now. And then we lost everything with COVID. But when it came back, our guests came back with us because we built a track record over.
Yeah.
I would be in
Plus
an
some years.
Uber because from West Loop, if I had to get to this area, I'm like, is it Dearborn open? They can't close. Like, it was on my radar because, coming back, you'd be like, what restaurants are opening again, which ones aren't, and you were closed, but just because of the pandemic,
Right.
not
We were
permanently.
waiting.
Like,
We were
Courtney
waiting.
and I had tabs on it, but it was like,
So did I.
anyone
I was
want one
checking
at
the
Dearborn?
I was checking the website all the time.
It
Oh
was
my God.
and
There's
it's
a lot
so
of people
funny.
like Jen and I.
Yeah, we can't be the only ones. There's
It's
no way.
No,
yeah.
it's like a referral-based restaurant
Yeah.
to me. Like, to draw a parallel, in real estate, right? Like, it's all about referrals and relationships and
100%.
stuff. It's harder to start and make it out. It takes a
100%.
long time. And in my opinion, especially in Chicago restaurant world, and I'm glad that Jen has, shined a light on the Dearborn and other restaurants that are well-deserving too. Because it's referrals.
Yeah.
Hey, you
Yeah.
gotta check out this place. Hey,
Yeah.
you gotta go here. I'm in this area. What do you recommend?
I was
Yeah.
alluded to it a little bit earlier. First timers here, like, ask hey, how did you discover us?
Yeah.
And I hear like a fair share of, I saw you on Google or Yelp or whatever. I mean, anything that anybody's ever learned about anything is like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, on a damn phone.
Right, but my favorite is someone I trust told me, go there.
Word of mouth is more important than ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. My absolute favorite is this person who's been here brought all of these people.
Yeah.
with.
Well, that would be him.
That's my
That
favorite.
would be this guy.
Right. That's my favorite.
That's me.
My boy. My boy.
I only come here with groups of 7 or more usually.
That's
I love
amazing.
it, man. But we need our apostles. We need our
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jameses and Marks and Lukes and Johns out there in the world, like spreading the gospel.
It's, I mean, it's a
Truly.
no-brainer for me
Place.
when people ask where to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, there's just no. Yes, there are other great restaurants.
There are.
But if you've never been here, then you have to go here. Like, that's just how it is.
I
like,
love
you
that.
can't skip
Facts.
that.
I love
That's
Sam,
how it is.
what's your favorite item on the menu?
Burger. The burger.
Totally.
It's without a doubt the best burger in the loop for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Totally.
Oh,
I would say Greater River North, Old Town. I mean, wow, I'm trying to think where you even have a better burger. It's just a hit.
Yeah.
It is.
And
It
it's-
is.
and
the
it's-
fries that come with it. I don't even need truffle fries. I mean, they're amazing. But just the regular
The
ones.
waiter is always like, I would highly recommend
I know.
getting the truffle fries. I'm like,
Tell me
point
more.
taken, yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, we're going
That's
on
probably
a
a little
menu.
Greg.
good.
Little Greg.
But you know what I
there,
also
yeah.
love? If I'm like in the mood to like sort of semi be healthy, the salad always kills.
Oh yeah.
Because it's
So
different.
true.
Always, it's always amazing, but there's always like 25 ingredients in it.
And we always change it every other day.
Yes.
And I love it because if you were to like make that salad at home, you'd buy like $140 worth of
The,
produce.
the cleanup
Right.
from chopping
Oh my
everything, like
God.
it would take you so
And
long.
you would
So
be eating
true.
salad for every meal for a week and a half.
Yeah.
You know? Let us do the work for you.
It's the salad.
Do the work
Get a
for
burger
you.
and a salad, a little balance.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, life's all about balance, right there.
Yeah.
for
Burger,
sure.
salad, fries. I mean, everything's great, but
Burger,
like if you've never
salad,
been,
fries.
those are good, right?
salads.
You gotta split it with the person.
Okay, I have a great question for you guys.
Lay it on us.
You guys are both true Chicagoans, in my opinion, right?
Yeah.
Heard.
Chicago hospitality is one of a kind. I think all of us know about the history of this city and how much food has come through here and amazing chefs and all the culinary expertise. But we're tastemakers, right? We're truly
Oh, yeah.
tastemakers. Chicago is known for a lot of different types of food. What's the impact, though, that we make on a culinary level that relates to the social perspective that comes along here?
Wow. That's meaty. I think that the thing about our food and our style of service and our style of hospitality is that 15 years ago, every place that was trying to be good was white tablecloth. It was exclusive.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
you found white people being served by brown people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, now you got places like Longman and Eagle, the Michelin stars, and this, that, and the other. Parachute, one of my favorite places. That you walk in there and it's just like a room with tables and people in a bar.
Normal people.
Normal
Yeah.
people. And I think that that's the biggest difference is that the Michelin Guide, or if you're even interested in that, they've recognized great restaurants that aren't fancy and that are willing to do cool food.
We have a lot of those here.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool food, but people who are willing to meet you where you are.
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest thing that Chicago has going for it
Yeah.
over other places. Is that we're more likely to meet you where you are.
I love that, Greg. What do you think, Jen?
I think, well, if I go more on the social side from like what I see, it's always, you always get to discover something new. Like there's always, and
Yeah.
like, there's like this running joke on TikTok of like a hidden gem,
Yeah.
People
Yeah,
like
yeah,
overuse that term.
No such thing anymore,
But
is there?
everyone is in the search for a hidden gem, and
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it might be like a menu item,
Yeah.
at a restaurant that isn't a hidden
True,
gem. But
true.
I feel like it's a one big search for like, hey, like we have all this great food, and like what's the next new place? But then everyone also loves the classics. Like I get requests for, what are you loving lately? But also like, what are your go-tos? So it's like, oh, I have my go-to list. Like
Yeah.
what cuisine are we talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
And so I think that's what's really cool about Chicago. You have so many restaurants here that have been here for so many years. Like, and they've survived all the things. But then right next door you have a place that is brand new and is trying something different, and and yeah, you can walk in there too. Like you don't have to be like we're not really snooty here. I don't think.
No. And I think that's the biggest difference.
Like
Is that, and you really can't afford to be anymore, because
No, true.
like you got to get everybody in here that you can.
yeah.
I actually had a young lady who was in here who didn't like the table she was given. We moved her, and she actually said to her server, "Is it because I'm black?"
Really?
And he came to get me immediately, and we talked to her for a few minutes. Like, listen, we can't afford to
Right.
take tables off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or to think of someone as less than. That's not our story. It's not what we're about. You know, Pedro's heart was hurt,
Yeah.
and so was mine. You know. Whoa, I didn't mean to hijack and go dark, but
No,
I
it's
think
real.
that it's we have to be able to meet people where they are and get them in here. You know, we have people who come in here who are very sophisticated pilots, people who come in that don't have sophisticated pilots. We've got to be able to speak to everyone. Like, everyone's got to be made to feel cared for and looked after. You know?
Yeah.
And I think that, especially post-COVID, that's the attitude that everybody's got to have.
Absolutely.
And I don't know if it's true or it's not for everyone, but it's certainly true for me and for us.
Absolutely.
Thank you for sharing that story.
Yeah.
I think that's important, and there's no secret that the segregation in Chicago is a very real thing. You look at the neighborhoods here,
Yeah.
and
And how do you
Pilsen, Ukrainian Village, Lincoln Park, Lakeview,
There's a
Uptown,
stereotype
Ravens.
for every neighborhood.
Sure, but it's like-
yeah.
But it's
You
up
know.
to the patrons of the city
Yeah.
to go and explore different parts and different cultures and different types
Agreed.
of food and all that
And then
stuff.
I think it's also how do you spin it? Oh, it's segregated. Sure.
Sure.
But if I want an awesome fucking pozole, I know where to go to get it.
You go into the heart of that.
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
Yeah. That's a good
So,
point. Good point.
So it's got its benefits in terms of like keeping communities together.
Yeah.
It's also got some, not so great stuff like separating communities don't blend and they don't get to know each other.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate. Manhattan is not like that. You know.
Manhattan is not like that.
But Chicago is, and for better or worse, we make the best of it. You know,
Yeah.
go to. That's the word you used earlier.
Go to.
Yeah,
You know,
go to, yeah.
and I think that with the segregation of the city, you got go-to places.
Yeah.
Man, what's your go-to? Don't say it's Dearborn. What's your go-to? No, better yet, I swerve a little. It's like Desert Island. You get like
Okay.
two cuisines. No. You get two dishes.
Oh.
2 dishes.
Yeah.
Okay. Chicago restaurant.
Oh no! Whatever.
Anything.
Anything. You're trapped on a desert island. You got a chef who knows how to make 2 things. What are they?
Oh, wow. All right.
First of all, I need an Italian chef because my Italian's my favorite food.
I was gonna say my absolute favorite thing in the world is actually like a great slice of New York cheese pizza. Yeah, that's
Thank
like
you, pizza.
Roll
that's
that
like
bad
that.
boy.
Yeah, you gotta fold it up, baby. Yeah.
All right.
I would say that's my go-to.
New York
and,
slice. Okay.
and then a solid Philly cheesesteak.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
I would be pizza for sure, not deep dish. I don't like that whole.
That whole
Pizza
thing.
That's
soup.
not.
And the
It's
next
not
person
for
that
me.
tells me that Pequod's is deep dish.
Would you like to do a TikTok about that? Oh my god, I feel like we need to shoot this. Hold on.
Tell us why, Greg.
It's not. It's not.
It's
Hold
not.
on, hold on.
It's not. They bake it in a different style. It's got and Pequod's, I love you. Your pizza is delicious.
It's very good, but it's not deep dish.
Delicious.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
But it's not.
But it's not.
Pequod's is not deep dish.
Don't let them tell you different.
It would have been wrong. It's great pizza.
It's great. Oh my god. It's
Well, what's
so
your
good.
favorite deep dish then?
Oh, the Donatos.
Oh, that was a very quick answer.
Well, it's the only answer.
Thank you for saying that, Greg. I agree with you
Thank you.
because Giordano's is like pizza soup.
You're like
Yeah.
the second person to say that this week. Wow.
Lumonati's is like I can actually eat it because it's got some
Yeah.
depth to it.
Yeah.
And it's true deep dish.
Yeah, I'm not here to disparage anybody. Loose is for me the best.
But tavern style is
But
Chicago
tavern
style
is
too,
Chicago
almost,
style.
right?
Tavern style
Squares,
is also Chicago style. I used to
Yeah.
live down the street from a place on Lawrence called Marie's, and they're like wildly famous for their tavern style pizza.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
Super good. Super
Mine's
good.
pizza. 100% pizza.
Yeah.
Tavern style, I would say.
Honest to God, I think I'm tacos, and I'm
Tacos is very close for me too.
I'm tacos, and I'm not embarrassed to say probably buffalo wings.
No, I mean,
You better not be.
Hashtag basin.
Okay, the wings here though are
Wait, there's wings here? I've never
No,
had
no,
that.
not wings, but like the fried chicken with the.
Oh,
pork.
Yeah,
yeah,
not
okay,
wings,
okay,
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
Well,
that's insane.
that's a whole other podcast.
Oh my god.
Chicken in its different forms.
Oh my
It's true.
god.
I don't like to think about the animals.
Yeah, you
and
can come
stuff,
back. You can
but
talk
yeah.
about chicken.
We don't have.
Oh my god.
We'll just talk chicken.
Yeah.
No, I would not be. Oh no, I couldn't. I watched too many videos.
Oh no, stop.
You did that to
Going
yourself.
No,
I
no,
know, I was
no.
vegetarian
yeah,
for like
yeah.
3 years.
Yeah, our
I
chicken.
watched too many videos.
You did that to yourself.
But now I eat
100%.
it. Not as much, but I eat it. But I picture the animal rolling through the thing. It's not good.
I'm fairly certain that our chickens don't poop like on each other in a thing.
Yeah.
Good. Let's don't talk about it.
Okay, that's
okay.
fine.
My day job is in food and beverage transportation. I move a lot of chicken.
Yeah.
I just
I
don't
didn't
like
know that.
thinking
There's a
about
lot of
chicken.
chicken out there. Yeah, I got a day job in logistics. Yeah.
Wow.
Food and beverage. Move Eggo waffles, chicken,
That's quite the combo.
ton of frozen vegetables.
I mean,
Chicken
right
and
there.
waffles,
Bang,
right?
bang.
Yeah, right. There
Get
you
it
go.
done.
They go together.
I don't know why we
guess
don't do
guess what people eat a lot of? Chicken
it. Chicken.
Yeah.
and Eggos.
Yes.
And they go.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of Eggos.
Really?
You would be shocked.
Wow.
Yeah. Cereal's making a comeback.
I'm not
FYI.
mad at it. Oh yeah. Okay. All right.
You
favorite-
guys
I feel
wanted
like
to
that's
know?
the
Yeah,
beginning
okay.
of a joke. That you sounded like
I
a
just like-
stand-up comedian.
Cereal's making a comeback, FYI. Go ahead, check the grocery store line.
Oh
They're fully
my
stocked.
God. Oh my God.
Let's hear more about cereal making a comeback.
No,
Okay.
you don't want to hear about cereal making. Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh
The
man.
people might want to hear.
I'm sorry. I just hijacked this thing. You were
my
asking
God.
questions.
No, I want to go.
Yeah.
I want to go a lightning round,
Okay.
Okay.
and I'm going to be a part of it too. Okay.
Great.
Okay.
Great.
Okay. Greg's
We're
gonna
gonna
win. I
start
already
with
know
Greg
this.
Okay.
Favorite Chicago athlete?
Present or past?
Doesn't matter. Any present, past.
Jeez.
Can
Okay.
you answer this question?
Favorite.
Stop.
All right. I'm gonna go with Eddie Belfour. Wait.
I don't even know who Eddie Belfour is. Who is
No. I'll still.
I don't.
Who's Eddie Belfour?
Millennials.
Yeah, I know.
Eddie Belfour played goalie for the Blackhawks for a lot of the 90s. He's a man.
Okay,
Okay.
so I'm like the worst person to ask this question to. I
Okay.
was an athlete, but not the sports
You could
that
say
people
Michael
watch.
Jordan.
That's not the right answer. I'll
No,
come to it.
Tony Amani gave me tickets to the
Oh.
Britney Spears concert when I worked at a diner,
Okay.
so he's winning.
Okay. I'm not mad at Amante. I'm not mad at that.
Okay, hear me out, Greg.
So
you might like
All
this
right.
one.
Here we go.
Everybody wants to say Michael Jordan.
Right.
Everybody wants to say Walter Payton, Brian Urlacher.
Right.
Gail Sayers.
Oh my god.
My man
Marcus-
right there. I changed my answer.
Gail Sayers.
I changed my answer. Gail Sayers.
Yeah, I'm not the best person to ask this question,
Yeah, I
so-
wasn't ready for that one. I wasn't ready for that. Gail Sayers.
That's
I
the
like
lightning
that
round.
answer.
That's the purpose. You
Yeah.
gotta go
Hey,
from the
no,
gut.
it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Okay,
Jeez.
all right.
What
So
else?
you might like this one better. I'll start with you.
Okay.
Favorite Chicago actor, just from Chicago or the suburbs?
Taylor Kinney. Oh my god.
Taylor Kinney.
Wait, I know where he hangs out. This is so bad.
Okay,
It's my
stop.
know
where he
Stop.
hangs out?
Yes! He lives in my neighborhood.
Oh.
Okay. Wow.
Wait, but the guy from Chicago PD with like the raspy voice,
I don't watch it, but I know
Me
who he
neither.
is.
Yeah.
he's really good. But I'm gonna, you guys, please, I need
This
to
is
change
no
my
judgment
answer.
zone.
Wow.
No, but what if he sees
Man,
it? I
Greg,
just sound
okay?
like a psychopath.
Oh
you're not.
my God.
Yeah,
Oh,
I have
Taylor
to say
Kinney.
Taylor. Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed.
My
that you
favorite
said that.
actor
go.
from Chicago.
Or-
Oh my God.
I don't know if he's from here. Wait, he's not from here. He's
Okay,
just on the
well,
show.
I will say this. My favorite right now. Does Glen Allen count? I know that's not.
Yes, it does.
Chicagoland.
Chicagoland.
Recently, I went to the Goodman Theater and I saw
Oh.
Goodnight Oscar
Yep.
and Sean Hayes. I don't even know. You're incredible, man. Like, he does this incredible performance of this like lush for first half of the show. Intermission. Second act opens. They roll a piano out there, and he crushes Rhapsody in Blue just on the piano.
Piano has come up.
And I'm like,
On a piano.
oh my God, and I was close. So I was in here actually a couple days later, and I was talking to some guests. They were like, oh, we just saw that Goodnight Oscar, and I wonder how they did that thing with the piano. I said, I'll tell you how. They rolled the piano out there, and he played it.
Yeah.
And they were like, what? And so that took their experience of the show from
Yeah.
8 to like 12.
Yes.
My wife and I drove home in dead silence.
That's hard to
And then we
believe.
were watching-
That would take a lot.
That was dead silence. And we watched YouTube videos of Oscar Levant for the next
Oh
like
my
3
God.
hours.
Yeah, that's what you're talking about, yeah.
So I'm going back right now.
That's good.
I think you should run out. It's
What
somewhere.
about you?
I'm
What
gonna
about
go with
you?
Vince Vaughn.
That's not bad. I met him in a revolving door once.
In a revolving door?
In a
How do you
revolving
mean
You
door.
were
someone
in the same one?
like he
Well,
was?
no, but I mean like
Like,
he
were
was
you
in
guys
front of it?
squished?
Yeah,
You were like,
I
hey,
was-
what's up?
I was-
and he's like crazy
He
tall,
was right there.
Yeah. He's like
I
this
agree.
up against. They're like,
you can't beat
hey,
someone in a
man.
revolving door. I'm sorry, my man. Yeah.
Vince, it was not that intimate, I promise. I was
Oh my
leaving
God.
work and I was coming out. I was in the revolving door. And I was coming out and he was walking by. And as I'm like coming out, he asked me, hey, do you know how to get to blah, blah, blah? And I was like, oh, hey, Vince, go blah, 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 blah. And he was like, cool, thanks. And he kept walking, and I kept walking, and that was it. I was
I
in-
would
I
not
was
be
in
that
the
cool.
door.
badass.
I would not be that cool.
I was in the door.
Well,
he was not in the
we're
door.
not Greg. Yeah.
Oh, stop it.
It's true. We're not. It's okay.
We're not.
We never
okay.
will be.
That
It's
was
okay.
that was fantastic. That was a really good
I love
question.
it.
All right.
I love
This
it.
one you guys are gonna like. I know Jen's gonna like this one. Favorite Chicago landmark or building?
Oh my
Start
God,
with Jen.
that's so tough.
And whoever comes to the answer first.
Yeah.
Favorite Chicago building?
Or
Landmark
landmark.
or
Or
building.
landmark or
An
something?
iconic piece of architecture, whatever it is.
I mean, it's hard to argue
I'm, like,
against the
looking
Picasso.
up.
I know. Yeah.
I know.
And we're at a
It's
great
hard.
location to look.
It's hard not to say the Picasso. It's iconic. It's Ferris Bueller. It's
Yep.
quintessential Chicago.
It is.
There was a TikTok trend about Picasso. Like,
Yeah.
if someone would say, like, what do you think? They're like, I like it, Picasso. And I happen to be over here.
I
and
like
there's
it,
a
Picasso.
corner of the
Yeah,
window,
yeah, yeah.
And I was like, I like it, Picasso. And
Yeah,
then I was
yeah,
right there.
literally
I
Picasso.
Yeah.
love it.
Mine is more of just, like, the lakefront we have here.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's a landmark
That's an
itself,
acceptable
right?
answer.
I
Like,
like
yeah.
that. I like that answer a lot.
because it's for the people. And if you, like, read about the history of Chicago and, like, how it was, why there aren't a bunch of buildings, and
Yeah.
there's only one. So
Yep.
I think the lakefront for me. 'Cause it's
My
yeah,
wife lived in Lake Point Tower
Oh yeah.
the only building that's
on
on,
the east
yeah.
side of Lakeshore
Super-
Drive
super
because
cool.
the lawyers somehow said that it's on landfill and not land, and then they changed
Yeah.
the ruling to landfill. And she actually was living in the architect's unit who decided not to live there anymore. It was a 3-bedroom. It looked right at Navy
Oh
Pier on
my
the
God.
4th floor. She found it on Craigslist.
Oh my god.
Love you, baby. Yeah.
Oh my god.
And it was amazing. And I literally have the book that they have at the front desk.
Yeah.
That's another reason I love the shit out of employees that love their job. The front doorman, Adam, this guy from Africa.
Yeah.
Matt, how are you? Every time. Adam, what's up, man? How's your day
Oh
going?
my
I love
God.
that.
Good. You going to see Maya? Yeah, you know it. You know it. I have a book for you. I go, you have a book for me? He goes, yeah, and it's like the history of Lake Point Tower, and it's in my apartment.
I'm gonna
I'll
need to
never
see that
ever
book.
get rid of it.
That's
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's incredible.
I have a book that Chicago Then and Now, and so I'm really fascinated
Oh,
with
I
like
love those.
yeah, like what corners, like even like right here. So if there's like a picture of this from back whenever,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
1800s, early 1900s, and then now, and then you can see the buildings that are still the same and how they. Oh, I
For sure.
love that stuff.
I
Best.
love I love a lot of the architecture in general in
Yeah.
this town. You know, before this is where skyscrapers started.
Yep.
You know, and you know it's funny watching this sort of like the transition from the Frank Lloyd Wrights with sort of smaller, more quaint, beautiful homes for people who are smaller than us.
Yes.
Than we are now. Towards like the Mies van der Rohe of John Hancock, or even the Daily Center for that matter is influenced by that same design language. And if you like looked around my dream house, it would feel like that mid-century
Yeah.
modern kind of
Amazing.
architecture.
Yeah.
That's stuff that I love.
Yeah.
That's stuff that I love too. Wow, look at us. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might know the answer to this. Favorite Chicago neighborhood?
Oh, no question. No question. Anderson.
I thought you might say that.
My favorite restaurant there is Bar Roma. Their
I love
meatballs,
Bar Roma.
Oh my god.
Okay, let's do the rundown. Bar Roma,
Yeah.
fire. Hop Leaf, they threatened to close, and then they got busy and they didn't close.
Don't close.
I don't know. But that place is great. The mussels, forget it. Rosé on tap. I got a story about that. I love my wife. I will not tell. Ube, that's a little further north.
Oh, yeah.
Tenoshi Sushi. Go in there with a 6-pack of Miller Lite for Sushi Mike, and just let him cook, baby. Let him cook.
Thank God I can. This is gonna be a good
We're gonna
reference.
do a,
Yeah.
Yeah.
a whole TikTok.
I mean,
on this.
like,
Andersonville.
oh my
Yeah,
God,
Andersonville
Andersonville.
Love
And
it.
it's the coolest people. It's very LGBT in that neighborhood. Families.
It's so
The
pretty.
restaurants are great.
The house, the
Bars
homes,
great.
we walked down the
Art-
streets, it's
oh,
gorgeous.
All of it.
Yeah.
Andersonville. It's where everybody would live if they could afford it.
I feel like I should have answered first. Greg's not allowed to answer first. Right now, currently, I'm partial to where I live, West Loop.
Sure.
I think it's the evolution of the West Loop. I was
Yeah.
telling Matt, I
Oh,
went to UIC back when
Mhm.
it wasn't even called West Loop.
Mhm.
At the
Yeah.
time. Like it was Marche was like the only restaurant. Do you remember Marche?
my God! And red light and like,
Yeah.
oh, those were the days.
That,
I
and
was
now it's
just
in
talking about
Alberts, so there's that.
Yeah.
But I love West Loop, and I'm so excited. So speaking of books about Chicago,
Yeah.
there's a woman in my neighborhood that's been doing research on West Loop and like what it was and what it is now. In her book, I don't know when it comes out, but it's going to be like in stores.
Okay.
Not sponsored, but I'm so excited to get this book because I look around and I see the old manufacturing buildings, and
Yeah.
I'm like, what was that? And I think I need to go to the like Chicago History Museum or something because I'm just so curious. It's like I love a neighborhood that can like evolve from like it's not homes, like it was
Right.
warehouses and the fruit market and the meat markets and like
Yeah, for sure.
how it's evolved. I like the whole story.
That's
of it.
super
So
Amazing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to give it to the Loop
Yeah.
because it's
Yeah.
where I've called home for so long. I love museum campus. I love running, and
Yeah.
one of my
Oh,
greatest
museum
joys in
campus
life.
is great.
Yeah,
That's super cool.
I run out to the lake, and
The
I run
view
all the way up
from-
and
oh
down
my
Grand
God.
Park, and I'm a DJ in Lollapalooza is where I first really fell in love with festival culture and dance music, and just running around there just means so much to me. And
I love that.
Soldier
Yeah.
Field, and I went on a field trip when I was young to the Shed Aquarium, and it's very nostalgic for me.
For sure.
I think there's
Sure.
no wrong answer to that
I
question.
got, I got a question for
Oh
you.
my God! Wait a second. Sorry.
Which one are we in?
Andersonville. Gadabout.
Gadabout, yes. Gadabout is
Yes, Chris. Yes, Chris.
love Gadabout, one of my favorite stops. Please. What's up?
I was gonna ask you what your favorite Chicago neighborhood is.
I mean, I gotta rep my neighborhood. I'm in Andersonville. And it's like,
Fire
Andersonville is dope as hell. You
It's
know?
really
I mean,
cool.
it's just like it's such a nice neighborhood. You know, it's just like
Yeah.
it's good.
It is,
like
yeah.
it's got good restaurants, and it's just like
Good people.
it's not. Yeah, it's a good vibe in there. You know, it's like I mean, I love that neighborhood. I mean, honestly, you know, I feel like it's such a Chicagoan thing where you just get like you get kind of stuck in your neighborhood. So where it's like
Yes.
especially if you live in a good one, you're like, I don't really need a country.
Yeah,
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 I
yeah.
understand that.
So it's
Yes.
like, why should I leave? But like, absolutely. I mean, yeah, there are absolutely different places to go out and eat and everything. I mean, you know, once upon a time, yeah. I mean, and I'm sure like now Logan's still fun and dope. You know, you go there.
For sure.
Pilsen was popping for a while. Too,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
had, like that up and coming and everything. But honestly, like I've been a little bit of a homebody lately, so I'm probably not the best person to talk to right now. It's like,
Go from
it's
like the
it's
Dearborn to Andersonville. And then,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I go home, I'm like, oh, what's around the corner? You know, it's like I'll just throw on some
Well, that's
sort
what's so great about Chicago is we
Yeah.
like take so much pride in our neighborhoods, and
Yeah.
it's like you don't want to leave it. You're like, there's more to explore. Like
Yeah, and you also want to like support your neighborhood spots.
Yes.
You know, especially ever
course.
since the pandemic started. You know, like restaurants are struggling. It's like I want to make sure these restaurants are like
Yes.
getting some
Yes.
business. You know, Gadabout was one of those spots where like I was really afraid that they weren't going to make it.
Yeah.
I mean, this was even just like a couple of months ago where I was sitting because I've become quite a regular there, and you know, I was in there talking with the staff. You know, I was just like, hey, it's like. How's business been going for you guys and everything? You know, they're like, oh, you know, here and then, like this and that. You know, we talked about a bunch of things, and it was just baffling to me because their food is amazing.
So I've never
Yeah.
been, and I feel
I haven't
like
either.
I need.
Oh,
we
it
should
is
go. Let's go.
amazing. You know, it's one of the very small menu, and it changes very frequently. As
Okay.
well. There are some staples that are on there, but it's like they're very focused on like you know sustainability and locally sourced and what things are seasonal right now.
Yeah.
I'm in.
And
Done.
their dishes are always inspired like their inspiration comes from international things. You know, it's like it. So you can have no idea like what these dishes, and that's what's one thing that intrigues me so much. Like I love trying new things. I
Yeah,
love
of
trying
course.
things that I don't know. And I think at first that may have been a little bit of a deterrent for some people because I was sitting there when I was having that conversation.
If you're like not an adventurous, yeah.
Right. And as we were having that conversation, I saw a couple come in and go like, "Hey, can we look at the menu?" And I was like, kind of like peeking from the bar, and they looked at it and they were like, "No, thank you." It's just like, why? Why no thank you? It's like,
Well,
try it out.
right. Like if it's
It's like-
unfamiliar and you're
right,
like,
exactly. It's like
There's a
it's
few
like,
different
I
types of
know-
Midwest people, yeah.
there are.
And I'm a pretty adventurous person, so I'm like, I don't know this, so
Let's
I
try it.
want to know.
Like,
Exactly.
I'm trying
to
this
try it.
thing,
Like,
yeah,
there's
right,
two kinds
right.
of people in the world, right? There's
Yeah.
the people that see something weird and they're like pig's ears, and they're like, ugh.
Yeah.
Or they're like, see pig's ears, they're like,
Somebody else
Bring me
eat
that.
this too, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Bring me that.
Yeah,
We're figure
especially
eaters here.
If you know it's a good spot. So I get them. I was like, I know they're good with that. So I'm like, they've had their like beef heart skewers that they had there and everything. It's like those are great. It's
I'm
like,
not that
I eat-
adventurous, but I
That's
would
wild.
die
I
to
think
try
I'd
it.
have to do it, yeah.
It's just like it's just like a little kebab, basically.
Yeah, no,
that
I believe it looks
if
like a
no
regular
one told
kebab.
you that, you're just like, oh, this is just a little kebab. That's all you would think. I was like,
Wow.
yeah, no, fantastic food there. But
Okay.
Thank you.
yeah.
Good
There you
answer.
go. Yeah,
I love it.
Andersonville for the win.
That was very good.
Oh, thank you. So much.
Thank you.
How you guys feel?
I'm good.
Good, I'm good.
You guys good?
I'm good,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll top this off for you, and then just let me know whatever else.
Thanks.
All right.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course.
Okay, I got two more.
Okay,
Ready?
yeah.
Are you ready?
Greg's gonna have the better answer. We already know
Greg has
this.
some really fucking good answers.
I know.
But when you're as fucking old as I am,
Yeah, no, and this is why I'm gonna love this one.
Okay.
Favorite Chicago dive bar?
Oh. So many. There are zero in West Loop, which is my biggest
There are no
disappointment.
dive bars in West Loop. Yeah.
Well, there's Dugan's on Halstead. That is a dive
Ah,
bar.
that's true.
Okay.
Favorite
Was call
dive
Money
bar.
Gun a dive bar? No.
No, Money Gun's not
I'm
even
fucking
like.
with you. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Money Gun is a cocktail bar.
Favorite
Somebody
dive
called it a
bar.
dive bar once, and I was like, "You don't know what a dive bar is, do you?"
Right. I mean, you could say obviously like Richard's probably the most famous dive bar in
Yeah.
Chicago.
No, place you can
Lottie's is
smoke
a
cigarettes.
good
But
one.
yeah.
But I don't know.
Oh
about
right. Lottie's? No, is that
Sure.
too like hyped?
I
I
don't
feel
know.
like it depends on the neighborhood you live in.
Right.
This is like
Every neighborhood, every bar in my neighborhood is a dive. But
Right.
I don't want to go in there because it's
Well,
like,
how do you define just because there's a lot of people that watch this podcast that aren't in cities? What would you call a dive bar exactly? What does that mean?
no decor.
very little decor, probably no food.
No food. Yeah,
Or
yeah.
like a random, like you can order from the pizza place down the
Right.
street. Like
Yeah.
that's like, you know,
Right.
we got the tamale guy.
Oh yeah.
You know, like that's like,
For sure.
yeah.
We got a
yeah.
tamale guy.
Yeah.
He's got a storefront now, right?
Does he? I mean, all I know is that like if I go to Lone Wolf, like he sells.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you order tamales, and they come in a Ziploc bag.
Hey, that's a
So
dive bar.
hot.
That's a dive bar.
And
Yeah.
like you're like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah,
Yeah.
anywhere that serves the tamales in a Ziploc bag. is-
Yeah.
I'm not much of a go out person anymore because I'm almost 50.
You
and
had
that's
your
just
day,
not
though.
what- I did. And back in the day, it was Tati. It was on Division just east of State Street. And that place was great. It was like dirty, musty. It smelled like the briny deep. It had like a nautical theme. And it was,
Dive bar with the theme.
yeah, it was kind of dirty, but an awesome bar. Everybody in there was great, and we loved it. It's where I had the best beer of my entire life.
Best beer in your entire life? On tap?
No, it was in a bottle, in fact. I'd been working all day with a double. It's like 150 degrees. We're literally seasoning people's food and we're setting it down for them. And we're like sweating. And I get to Tati after like 14 hours, and I'm like, I just need a beer, whatever it is. And she sets it down, boom, like ice crystals and all this like coming off the side. I slammed it, and it was the most amazing beer experience I've ever had. And it was a Corona.
Well, there you go.
That's what you get at a dive bar is the experience.
Right.
I think mine's Burton's on Wells.
I used to live.
Where's that? Wells and what?
Oh, it's like 3 floors.
It's
Yeah,
like-
I've never been here.
it's right across the street
That's
from
a good
Benchmark.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know where they're
Burton
selling
Place.
the
I
Christmas
forgot
trees?
about
Yeah,
Burton
yeah, yeah.
Place.
Yeah,
Okay.
Burton Place. That's what it's
Yeah.
called. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
I've never
it's-
been there.
You know, I
5
feel like
a.m.
I need to be on a new search.
I
for,
consider
like, my
dive bar
favorite
too.
dive
Like
bar.
it's got to be open until 4 or 5
It's gotta be
a.m.
open
Yeah,
way
yeah. It's got to be grandfathered in.
So I also love when you're out and you're in a neighborhood maybe you don't normally hang out in, and you're like, let's find another place, and then you stumble across a dive bar. Like I love the bars that are in the middle of a neighborhood.
Oh yeah.
Me too.
Like
You
it's
get
not
that
on
in
a
Logan
main
Square a lot.
street, yeah, and it's
Yeah.
just like it's just like residential. Oh, there's like an
Bar.
Irish pub. Like
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
this?
You
come
see the
from?
old style sign,
Yes,
and you're
yes.
like,
Oh my God, what is that place called on Roses on Lincoln?
Oh yeah.
oh,
I was just there a few weeks ago.
yeah.
Oh, you just look
Oh, yeah.
around and you're like, yeah, no, I want to hang out here. Like, I'll have another drink, thank you. Yes.
All my bars in my neighborhood are like, my neighborhood's very Polish,
Uh-huh.
and so I kind of like,
Plenty of bars there, I'm sure.
yeah,
right.
I feel like I'm not ready to walk into a Polish bar as a black guy and be like, hey, what's up?
Again, the start of a joke.
Although,
We've got a lot
I know.
of jokes.
Although I did walk into a bar one night when I was wasted. I used to live in Albany Park, and we went to this. I was coming home on the bus from wherever, and I got off the bus, and there was this bar. It says BYOB on the outside. It's right across the street.
A
from
bar that is BYOB?
Well, I don't know.
Oh,
So
this,
my
is
whole
the-
life.
this is my first song that I danced with my wife that's playing right now. That's why another reason I love the
Yes!
Dearborn.
Yes, I love it, man. I love it,
Too
man. Wedding
romantic,
songs.
right
I love a
here.
wedding. It's my favorite thing ever. So this bar is right across the street from the Admiral Theater, and I've been wondering about it for years and years. I walk in there. It's a little tight place, and it's Bulgarians, and I'm like, just wasted enough to like go, and just here I am. And don't you know, by the end I was like doing Bulgarian dances.
Oh, I have no doubt. I have no doubt that's exactly what was going on.
Wow, would I love to see that?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, that's bad. That's
Wow.
bad. But give me Hati Tati for posterity.
I do.
Doing great, Keysong. How you doing?
One was fumbled at the goal line.
Yes! Sorry, fancy football.
Hell yeah!
Fumbled at the goal line? Oh, thank you, heavens.
Jesus.
I love that you get fantasy football updates.
I,
Like, yeah.
Don't you have a whole thing going on here?
we do have a league going on here, and I'm playing against Patrick, who's working in the other room right now.
Yeah.
He's serving in the other room. And coming in tonight, I'm done. He needs 16 points from Javonte Williams, who just fumbled on the goal line. So,
That's community.
oh, God.
That's great.
Okay, last question. You guys
all
ready?
right. All right, ready.
Ready.
This is my favorite one because it's really endless possibilities of answers. Favorite Chicago event? Could be a festival, could be food related, could be theater, whatever it is. What Chicago event do you always go to every year?
Midsummer Fest in Andersonville.
Great answer.
Midsummer Fest. Will not miss it. My friend Linda lives in the neighborhood. We set up her house as base camp, and then we can just kind of go back and forth. Won't miss it. Andersonville. Midsummer Fest. The best.
I've never been. So
That was
actually-
so immediate.
I feel like I should be better answering these questions.
No doubt.
Mine,
You
I
have
was
a
looking
great
across because
answer.
Chris
Yeah.
Kindlemart is frustrated.
Oh
I
my
don't
God,
go there
That's
every
a
year.
great answer.
That's a great
too.
answer, too.
But
That's a great
I don't go there every year because I don't want to wait in the line.
You gotta go certain times of the day.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
I love the lighting of Michigan Avenue
Oh my God.
Oh, me too.
because
Yeah.
it's just so magical. It's like,
It's beautiful, man.
you know,
Festival lights.
yeah.
It's
And
incredible.
there's a little parade, but it's more of just like all of a sudden it's like the beginning of the season, and I love that. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Wow, pressure's on.
yeah, it is.
I love so many Chicago events. In fact, it's one of the main reasons that I always want to live
So
here.
many.
Yeah.
I've had some times over the past couple of years where I thought I need to get out of Chicago. You know, Los Angeles is a great spot for the music industry. New York City, a lot of people live there. But I realized that Chicago literally is the place for me. The people, the food, the events, everything. And
Yeah.
it's the home of house music. So I am going to say, actually, what's happening this weekend is Chicago House Music Festival over in
Oh,
Millennium Park.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
He's
go to that.
probably going.
I go to that every single year.
Yep.
Just to sort of pay homage to the history. And there's also one other thing. It's called the 23-hour party at Smart Bar. And you know about that, Greg?
I can't talk about Smart Bar.
Ah!
I didn't know
there was
Smart
this
Bar was
dude-
still around.
There was this dude, and his name was Mario, and he made Long Island's. And I've been to Smart Bar many times, and I have never gone out under my own power. Thank you, Mario.
Let's go, Mario!
Woo! Yeah, dude, I'm getting like
Isn't it great how there's so many different experiences of all of us at
Yes.
different
Yeah, we
ages,
all
with
share
different
it.
histories,
Totally.
and we all share a common love for this city.
Yeah,
It's the best. It's just the best.
it is the best city.
Just the best.
And we own that shit. Jen and I were talking about the amount of people we know that have moved to Phoenix
Oh,
or,
yeah.
or warmer climates.
They can have it.
Exactly what I say,
Yeah.
Greg.
They can have it.
I-
I changed my answer
Okay.
from Midsummerfest to summer.
Okay.
Summer in Chicago is the best.
Unbeatable.
Unbeatable. I don't care what anybody says.
I love fall. This is my prime.
I asked her,
this is-
immediately asked her, what's your favorite outfit right now? And she
Yeah.
said, I am ready to go.
So ready for fall. This is not fall. I was like, it's technically going to be like 80 tomorrow, but
I know.
I am so ready. But here's the
Got
thing,
your,
I like
got
it.
your turtlenex, got your pentaskirts.
I got my
No
sweaters,
gloves.
my no gloves, over the knee boots. Like I am ready.
Yes.
Like I am so ready. But I would also like to freeze time and like have fall. Like fall doesn't last that long.
No, it's like 3 days.
So
Yeah, literally.
I know it's like really
Like 3 days.
disappointing. So that's okay. But I also so fall. I am more of a cold weather person, which I'm from here, so I guess it's not
That's
that
what I
weird.
was out.
You know.
I'm one of those Jewish people who love Christmas so fucking much. I love it so goddamn much. I love Christmas music. I love Christmas presents. I love Christmas trees. I love lights.
I love it.
And Chicago during Christmas time.
Oh man.
Actually, you know what? When the horns go up
State
over
Street.
Macy's
Oh,
and
that's
State
it.
Street and all the
Yes.
lights, I'm like,
That's
and when it's like,
like
really
magical.
snowing and I'm walking through the snow in the city, like, I
the first
really,
snow,
really
oh
love it.
my
so
god.
it's so cinematic.
Yes.
Right.
It's unbelievable
Yes.
how beautiful it
It's
is.
gorgeous.
Like,
Yeah.
I will make my wife truck through the snow for 2 miles. She's like, why are we doing this? And I'm like, isn't it so beautiful?
Wow.
She's like, no, it's not beautiful.
freezing. My shoes are getting burnt.
Yeah. I'm like, suck it up.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So good.
Guys, this has been, I'm going to go ahead and say it, the most fun podcast episode I've ever had.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Well, it's definitely the most fun I've ever had in
Yeah,
a
but
podcast.
me too.
I'm-
It's my
I've
first
never
one.
done it before.
I'm with my fucking people. That's
I
how
like
I feel.
it.
You know
That's
what
true.
I mean?
That's true.
Damn right you are.
You guys probably forgot there was a microphone and a camera at some points, right?
He did not forget the
I did not
camera.
forget about the camera.
We know Greg didn't, yeah.
Greg didn't forget about
I
the
did not
camera.
forget about the camera, but I'm a ham. What can I tell
Greg
you?
was born an entertainer. There's
Oh,
no doubt about
that is obvious. Yes.
Oh,
Jen, let's give it a little round of applause
Yes.
for Greg and the Dearborn.
Greg.
No,
No,
to
it's-
you guys, and thank you for coming here to do this here. It's a big city, and there's a lot of places you can go to sit and talk about life and love and the city and whatever. It means a great thing that you would pick us.
Greg,
Thanks for
thank you so
having me.
much.
My pleasure.
I got a profound amount of respect for you, sir.
Likewise.
Jen, I'm moving into our old building, Greg.
That's
and
what
now,
she said.
I'm
Block
now
away
I'm going to be
from
part
me.
of the clique.
I love it.
Yeah.
I didn't even have to work that hard
No,
for
you
it,
didn't
yeah.
have to work that
I got inducted
You're
right
in.
away.
I'm
I
like,
love it.
oh, I have your friends for you.
I got a bid.
Like,
I got a bid.
Like,
I
already
got
set
a
up.
bid.
It's all set.
Yeah.
You need a dog walker, they're all built in. Like, it's the
Oh my
whole.
God.
You don't even have the dog
Perfect,
yet.
yeah.
Incredible.
I'm volunteering, my friends. But yes, everyone has each other's back, and you're going to love it. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
So
guys.
excited. Thank you for having us.
Hey, what's up? And thanks for watching that video. You looking for more content now? I got your back. Go to my YouTube channel right now, hit that subscribe button, and make sure you turn on all notifications so you never miss any upcoming exclusive artist interviews, Sherman the Booth clips, new music, live sets, and more. This is your one-stop shop for everything electronic music. Cheers.